Hello everyone, I am the Pauranika. Welcome to the 19th episode of Sri Mahabharata as written by sage Vedavyasa. This episode is in continuation to the Sambhava Parva of Adi Parva. Ganga told King Shantanu that the sons who died were Vasus, who were cursed by sage Vasishta, and the son whom she was holding was a Vasu who was destined to live on the earth for a very long time. Shantanu was shocked. He tried to understand but failed. The woman whom he married was the divine river Ganga, and his sons were the celestial Vasus. Why did sage Vasishta curse the Vasus? He sighed and questioned the divine mother Ganga in dismay. Then Ganga said, "Next to Mount Meru, there was a beautiful cottage in a forest. That was the hermitage of sage Vasishta. Various sages, birds and animals lived there. It was a place that could please anyone's hearts. Therefore, the Devatas, Yakshas, Gandharvas and Vasus used to visit the place often. In that hermitage, there was the cottage of sage Vasishta, and he owned a sacred cow that was born to sage Kashyapa and Daksha's daughter Surabhi. The cow so born was known to bless the people with their heart's desire. It was offered to sage Vasishta and it used to live in his hermitage. Once, the Vasus visited the ashrama along with their wives. One of the ladies, while roaming around the ashrama, saw the cow and was surprised by the cow's abilities. She called her husband by name Dhyau and shown him the cow. Dhyau told her that the cow belonged to sage Vasishta. He also told her that a person who drinks the milk of that cow would stay young and live for a period of 10,000 years. On hearing that, the lady expressed her desire to take it and give it to her friend, Jitavati, a princess born among humans. Dhyau, who did not think of the repercussions, asked his people to bring the cow. They stole the cow along with the calf and left to their place. Vasishta Maharshi, after finishing his Sandhya Upasana, returned to his hermitage and noticed that the cow was stolen. The noble sage was angered. He cursed the Vasus that they would be born as humans and returned back to his meditation. The Vasus came back to him running and pleaded for pardon. The sage then told him that they will return back to their world in less than a year, but Dhyau, who had stolen the cow to please his woman, will live on earth for a very long time without any female companionship. He will be well versed in all the Shastras, he will be an embodiment of Dharma and will serve his father dutifully, sage Vasishta said. Ganga rendered the story to King Shantanu and told him that the Vasus wanted her to kill them immediately, which she duly did. She named the surviving son as Devavrata and Gangadatta. She told Shantanu that she would take the child with her and the boy would return to him as a grown-up. King Shantanu was not just any other king. He was a great man who had walked the path of Dharma and showed his people that Dharma is more important than Artha and Kama. People lived happily under his rule. He was coronated as emperor by his fellow kings for his great prowess and noble ways. With the city of Hastinapura as his capital, he ruled the entire earth along with the oceans. Until the age of 36, he had no interest in women. Under his rule, not just the people, but the kings were also happy and peaceful. One day, after a hunting expedition, he went to river Ganga and saw that the flow of water reduced significantly. He grew suspicious and followed the path of the river to know the reason. After walking for a while, he saw a young boy trying to stop the flow of the river with his arrows. The king was astonished and impressed at the same time. He did not realize that the boy was his son until Ma Ganga took a human form, held the boy's hands and brought him to King Shantanu. Bharatasreshta, this boy is your son Devavrata, our eighth son. Take him with you. He learned the Vedas from sage Vasishta. He learned the Shastras learned by sage Sukracharya and Devaguru Brihaspati. He is a great archer who is as valorous as Devendra. He was trained in arms by Lord Parashurama. Now I am handing him over to you, she said. King Shantanu, with the due permission of Ma Ganga, took his son Devavrata to his kingdom and coronated him as the prince. He lived with his son happily for 4 years before he came across a beautiful maiden on the banks of river Yamuna. When he was loitering in a garden near the river Yamuna, a sweet fragrance wafted in the air. The king followed the fragrance and then saw a fisherwoman who looked like a Devakanya. He approached her and asked, "Lady, who are you? Who's your father? What do you do for a living?" Then the lady responded, "My name is Satyavati. I'm a fisherwoman. My father is the righteous Dasa. On the directions of my father, I am rowing this boat for a living." On hearing that, King Shantanu went to Dasa and asked for his daughter's hand in marriage. However, Dasa had a condition which we will learn about in the next episode. Thank you. Jai Shri.